How is it going? And thank you for tuning in this video. Today I'm here on DVD Tuesday. Man, I feel like it's been forever since I've said that phrase because honestly it has been. Even though this isn't really DVD Tuesday because this release came out last Tuesday, but there were some kind of distribution issues. Walmart wasn't putting out their copies. Amazon wasn't shipping it the day it came out, or you weren't getting them the day it came out. There were a whole bunch of issues and it was actually pretty hard to find the first few days of its release, and then all of a sudden it started hitting stores, it started shipping finally, and obviously I was able to get my copy. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and dive right into things. And of course the DVD I'll be reviewing today is SummerSlam 2021. I got this event for one reason, and it's because I actually attended the show last month in Las Vegas, so I definitely wanted to go pick it up because I like to have the events I attended in physical media, so that way I can, you know, go back and watch whatever I please. Obviously, I know it's on Peacock and everything like that, but I just like owning the events I attended. And yeah, I got SummerSlam right here. Really great cover here. It's the exact same as the t-shirt and program at the event, so it's nothing different, but it does look nice. Of course, you got John Cena and Roman Reigns up top with the Vegas in the background, your main event of the show, the SummerSlam logo, then of course the other shining stars of the event such as Seth Rollins, Charlotte Flair, Goldberg, Bobby Lashley, Rhea Ripley, Nikki, A.S.H, Edge, and Bianca Belair. Right there with Sasha Banks too, but obviously they, you know, took her out of the cover for obvious reasons. So yeah, really nice cover if you ask me. And of course, here is the spine, which you got Roman Reigns up top, SummerSlam 2021, John Cena with the Warner Brothers logo right there. And there is the back of the DVD with some great pictures. You got Edge and Seth Rollins. You got Brock Lesnar coming back right there with Roman Reigns, Cena, Becky Lynch. So pretty much what they do with other covers nowadays, but I think the collages look very well. And then there is the description of the show, so if you want to go ahead and pause it and read it, feel free to do so. But that is the back. And then the inside, here is disc 1 as well as disc 2. I like the color schemes of it. I like the blue and the pinkish color, so they do look nice. And then the trading card you did get with the event was a Roman Reigns card. And one difference as well with this DVD, which is kind of a first they've done, is the see-through casing, which in my opinion looks really nice, at least with this kind of cover. I think it stands out really well. Instead of having the black case, it kind of just blended and not really look that good. So I think with this kind of casing, it makes the artwork shine that much more if you ask me. So I do like the see-through casing, although I do wish they could have put some artwork in the inside. They could have just, even if it was just kind of like a portrait photo of the stadium, they could have done that as like a printed image on the inside, so that way it's not so bare. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna complain. I know Warner Brothers distributes the DVDs now, not so much WWE, but it is what it is. Going over the event itself, I do have a live review of it, so if you want to tune in to that, go ahead and feel free to do that. Going back and rewatching, because obviously I did rewatch the event prior to reviewing it, I thought it was a fun show. You know, it had some ups and downs. It had some good matches. There were 2 matches that stood out to me, and everything else was kind of on that good level, at least. I mean, there was some bad stuff on the show as well, which I described in my live review. The best way to describe the show was kind of a roller coaster. You had your ups and downs, and that's kind of what you got here. You had your moments and whatnot, but all in all, although it's a very fun show, if you ask me, there really isn't anything that's, you know, going to go back and be like, that's a must-see show back in the day. You know, maybe Becky and Brock's return, and, you know, maybe the Cena-Roman main event, but I don't think there's going to be really much that people were able to go back and see. But it was a fun show, if you ask me. I did enjoy going back and rewatching it. It did split up into 4 watches, or 3 watches, I have to say. I watched like an hour, then the last 2 hours in one, so I think that was easier for me because I didn't have one big sitting for 4 hours watching it, so I think maybe that kind of enhanced my enjoyment because I didn't have one big clutter of wrestling. But yeah, like I said, overall I thought it was a very fun show. The show opened up obviously with AJ Styles and Omos defending against Arcade Bro. Fun match. I like the stuff with Omos where he chokeslammed Riddle onto the not the barricade, but onto the apron. The exchange at the end with Randy and Styles was good. Always like the fake RKO into the phenomenal form into the RKO. I like when they fake it because it shows that they've actually learned. They're not just going to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. But obviously, Orton ends up hitting RKO on AJ for the win to win the tag team titles with Riddle. So that was a fun opening match. Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie. This was just torture. Even though it was only a few minutes, it felt like it went on forever. But you know, it was what it was. Alexa Bliss ends up getting the win with the DDT. So that was that. The United States Championship match, Sheamus defending against Damian Priest. This was a very good match, I thought. Not as good as their first original Raw match they had like a month or two ago. But I still think this match was pretty good. You know, Priest and Sheamus have always had killer matches, and the match they just had on Monday Night Raw last night, and that no DQ match was stellar. So they've always put on solid matches. Another one here, he had some good spots as well. But when it came to it, Damian Priest ends up capturing the United States Championship with this finish. So Priest is the new U.S. champion following that. SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Usos defending against Dominik and Rey Mysterio. This was a good match, but honestly, there's just nothing memorable about it besides Dominik doing the Three Amigos for a tribute to Eddie. But besides that, there just wasn't anything to talk about. You know, Rey had a pretty good exchange towards the end, almost getting the win for him and Dominik, but besides that, it was just a solid match. Usos ended up getting the victory, retaining when they pinned Rey Mysterio, so that was that. And it's funny because you can see on the back of the DVD cover, they show Becky and Bianca, but on the DVD menu listing, it's listed as Bianca Belair defends her SmackDown Women's Championship. As if it's not it. It even says it on the back of the goddamn DVD that she's defending against Becky Lynch. So I don't understand why they're making it seem like it's a secret on the DVD menu, but yeah, Bianca is supposed to defend against Sasha, but Sasha wasn't clear to compete. Carmella comes out. But then Becky comes out, takes out Carmella, challenges Bianca. Bianca obviously accepts. Becky does the infamous, you know, forearm into the manhandle slam for the 1, 2, 3, and obviously defeats Bianca Belair in 26 seconds. So Becky wins the championship. Obviously, they had their match at Extreme Rules, which was interrupted by Sasha Banks. So looks like that'll be a 3-way program going forward. So it was a fun return for Becky. She absolutely humongous pop. Especially live. I feel like the roof exploded, honestly. So I thought it was a fun moment for Becky, if you ask me. Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre, straight squash, with McIntyre just throwing Jinder Mahal around until he hit the Claymore. So, I mean, it was a decent match. It was definitely better watching it back than it was live. Live, it just seemed torturous and like it just went on forever. But at least here, it was a decent watch. It was an average match. It was kind of a match you'd see on Raw, basically. So, it was what it was. Raw Women's Championship Triple Threat match, Nikki, A.S.H versus Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. It was really good. It's just, there was a lot of miscommunications. There were a lot of timing where, you know, Nikki and like Charlotte weren't clicking, or her and Rhea weren't clicking. So there was a lot of miscommunications, seemed like, but they were able to make it up with a lot of sequences as well. So it was kind of a mixed bag, if you ask me. But I feel like for the most part, they had pretty good performances overall. The big spot of the night, obviously, was Charlotte hitting the moonsault onto the outside to everybody and nearly destroying her freaking her shin because it flew right into the barricade. So that almost took her out, but nonetheless, it was a fun match. Charlotte ends winning the championship, submitting Nikki A.S.H to win the Raw Women's Championship for the millionth time. And then, of course, we had Seth Rollins taking on Edge in, you know, a match 7 years in the making. This was a great match here. Love the story of it. You know, Edge coming out in the Bruised entrance was absolutely phenomenal. Loved every second of it. And it was really fun. It was a really enjoyable match. You had some great spots. You know, Edge did the apron spear to Seth Rollins at one point, which was a great moment, which pretty much invested the crowd at that point, was that spot, actually. But, you know, Seth Rollins was targeting the neck of Edge the entire time, which, you know, Edge was doing everything he could to avoid the stomp and everything like that. And I thought both men just worked tremendously well together and had a great match. And obviously Edge ended up getting the victory with the, you know, the kind of a chokehold crossface and submitting Rollins, which I thought was a fresh finish and definitely wasn't expecting that. So, yeah, Edge and Rollins tore the house down. Arguably match of the night. You know, they're live. I thought this match definitely was best match. But honestly, watching the show back, I think the main event could have definitely challenged it. Yeah, Edge Rollins, fantastic match. And then we go to Bobby Lashley defending against Goldberg, you know, the WWE Championship. Live, I didn't like this match at all. I thought it was boring. Didn't enjoy it. But again, watching it back, it's one of those matches where I enjoyed it watching it back again. I thought Goldberg looked pretty good for the most part. I thought Lashley looked good. I thought they were actually gelling to an extent with them kind of throwing each other around. You know, Goldberg was actually trying to throw in a mix of different moves, not just the same, you know, moves we usually see, which is just a spear and a jackhammer. He actually threw in a freaking shoulder block. He was throwing in some different stuff, and I thought it was pretty enjoyable up until they started making Goldberg's knee a big situation, and then I kind of felt like the match was kind of going downhill after that. But thankfully, the match got called off quickly after that, so the match didn't suffer too much. But yeah, Lashley wins by referee stoppage. Afterwards, obviously, Lashley was destroying Goldberg's knee with the chair. Gage Goldberg tried to run in, then, you know, Lashley put him into the Hurt Lock. and then Goldberg uttered the infamous words that he's going to kill him, which he probably will. Unfortunate, because Bobby Lashley went to being an unstoppable, unbeatable champion to looks like he's going to be pinned every single time he has a match now. So poor guy, how the mighty, no pun intended given his almighty nickname, has fallen for Bobby Lashley. So hopefully he can cover. But yeah, his match with Goldberg here, I thought it was fine for what it was. Nothing great, but it was fine. Definitely could have been better. And then we proceed to the main event, which was for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns defending against John Cena. And what a great main event this was, if you ask me. This I specifically enjoyed watching back. I had a ton of fun with it. I thought it was a great main event. I thought it was better than the No Mercy match they had in 2017. I thought it was a great main event. I think Roman Reigns arguably had his best performance, honestly. I just felt like the way he was presenting himself, the way he was carrying himself, just everything Reigns was doing just felt believable, and he felt so comfortable, and it felt so natural. So honestly, I believe this could be Roman Reigns' best performance to date. And you know, Cena didn't do too much in the match, but what he did, everyone ate up. You know, the near falls he was able to get with the AAs, everyone ate it up. And I just thought they told a great story as well. Cena trying to get a roll-up or any type of pinfall he absolutely could on Roman, while Reigns was kind of just like, are you serious? You think that's going to work on me? And then obviously seeing through Cena's moves and able to counter and block whatever he could. I just thought these two went out there and just had a really good main event. And like I said, I think Reigns arguably had his best performance here, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great stuff. Cena hits a huge AA off the second rope for a great near fall. And then, of course, Reigns hits him with the Superman punches, followed by a huge spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns successfully retains the WWE Universal Championship against John Cena. Then, of course, afterwards, as he's celebrating, out comes Brock Lesnar to... Honestly, I think he might have topped Becky's pop. Like, the place unglued for Lesnar as well. He got a humongous pop. So Lesnar obviously comes out, confronts Roman Reigns, and then, you know, Reigns afterwards leaves. And that sets up their match coming up at Crown Jewel coming up. So yeah, Brock Lesnar closed the show as SummerSlam ends. And like I said, overall, I thought the event as a whole, and like I said, maybe because I watched it in parts and not as one whole show in one sitting, so it might have changed my view on it because I didn't have to absorb everything at once. But I thought it was a fun show to watch, honestly. I didn't think it was terrible. Is it one of the greatest SummerSlams of all time? No, but it was a fun wrestling show, and I had a good time watching it, and I had a great time as well being there. So SummerSlam 2021, I thought it was enjoyable pay-per-view. And as well on this DVD, we do have some special features on it. We do have the kickoff show, which was Big E versus Baron Corbin, which actually was a decent match, so not bad at all. Got a handful of segments from Raw and SmackDown leading up to SummerSlam. I believe we have 2 Reigns and Cena segments, as well as a Bobby Lashley Goldberg one and an Edge and Seth Rollins one. So yeah, we got a lot of good special features on this DVD, which is surprising because for a good little while, WWE would even put special features on their DVDs. If anything, you're lucky to get the kickoff match show on the pay-per-view DVDs. So it was surprising for them to put, you know, a handful of segments on it to fill it out as well. So SummerSlam 2021 DVD out now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please feel free to leave a like below. And of course, until next time, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys for watching the video.